What's up, everyone? Welcome back to this 13th episode of Draft Day Dynasties. I'm C. Jackson Cowart, the community manager here at Wolverine Studios, and I appreciate you joining us for this weekly streaming series showing off Draft Day Sports College Basketball 2022 and all the latest releases at Wolverine Studios. If you haven't seen any of our previous dozen episodes, which still sounds crazy to say, you can catch up on all of those on our YouTube channel, or you can catch us live, as most of you are doing here, every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the official Wolverine Studios Twitch channel. So in this episode, we'll be hitting the ground running with home visits, which, as many of you know, is my single favorite week, or 2 weeks, I guess, depending on how long it takes for us to wrangle up some of these guys. Single favorite week in the game, and probably across all Draft Day Sports titles. But we got a little ground to make up on some of these top prospects. There's a few dark horses I think we might be able to have a chance to snag here, but it's going to take some work from our head coach. So we'll see if we can get some players to decide to commit to Hawaii here in the next couple weeks. If you're joining us live on Twitch, highly encourage you to hop into the chat. Let us know which recruits you think deserve a home visit. What you think we should pitch them, what our overall strategy should be here, or just any thoughts that you have about the stream, the game, or Wolverine Studios in general. So we'll hop right into things here. Hopefully you can hear me pretty well. We had some audio issues last week. I appreciate you working with us there. I listened back to that, and I don't know how you guys heard a single word I said. So hopefully I'm a little bit clearer coming through today, and hopefully we can get through to some of these prospects who don't know what they're missing if they decide to shirk Hawaii here in this recruiting experience. So right now, as you can see, we're on the recruiting screen. A lot of cool interest here, and that does not mean that they think that we're cool. It means that they are cool on us, and I was hoping for a little bit more at this stage in recruiting, but you got to take what you can get, right? So the big development in this week's episode, if you watched last week, you remember we made some final pitches to our top prospects. We isolated a few guys internationally that maybe we'd be able to sneak through, and we got one guy right here. MICHOLAU Cervantes from Spain, the Spanish wonder. Look at this kid. A+ overall, A+ shooter, A scorer, A rebounding, A shot blocking, A stealing. I know what you're probably saying. Look, your scouts don't know what they're talking about. And you might be right. You might be totally right. Our scouts are atrocious, and I don't really put any stock in anything they say, especially in the recruiting period, because I don't think they know what they're talking about. But this kid is the number 19 ranked player in, not the country, in the world, I guess, according to WSSN rankings. So even if our scouts are egregiously off here, right, this guy is at least a B+. And that's better than what we're working with elsewhere. So my one main concern, this 2.1 GPA, kind of scary to see that. And if you go and sort here by, where is it at? I think it's likely eligible. He does show up. So that's the game's way of kind of hinting at, hey, we can't guarantee what this kid's SAT score is going to be relative to your school, but we do think that they have a shot at being eligible. So that's great, right? That's all we need to see. That 2.1 is scary, but it's not scary enough for us to not take a shot on him. So let's just review. All right, let's look at kind of who we're targeting here, what it is that we should be focusing on in this absolutely pivotal week or two for recruiting. Anybody who's a veteran of this game knows this is where your money is made. This is the bread and butter of this game, of your coaching careers. You have to nail this week, this 2-week period, however long it takes you to get these kids committing to your school. So let's really have a game plan here. We have 4 visits down here. It's not going to cost us $2,100 for every player. It's just the international guy, but it does get expensive. We have $15,000 to work with. We have 4 scholarships to give out. So that's perfect. I love when there's a synergy there. 4 scholarships, 4 home visits. I have a feeling we'll be offering a scholarship at the table for every single one of these players that we decide to visit here. So that's good. Like to see that. Sometimes you have too many scholarships. Sometimes you don't have enough. You don't really know who to offer. So feel good about that. We do still have a few home visits that we can divvy out to some of these guys. But at this point, it's a bit of a waste, right? They should already kind of campus visits, excuse me. They should already kind of have an idea. If we haven't had them visit campus yet, it's because they've rejected us time and time again. They're probably not saying yes now. And, you know, a lot of the in-state guys, we've already had them visit campus. So, speaking of the in-state guys, who are the ones that we think we can get in-state? Because that is going to be our number one pitch, you know, again, synergy, to use that word twice here. But it's great. When you can get an in-state kid, you know you're going to get an A+ there. It's going to be a home run pitch in terms of you matching up with their location desire. You know, if there's somebody, for example, Marcus Lawson, he is big on location. That's his number one priority, is playing close to home. Well, he's from Honolulu. So the bummer is that we're not in his top 10. And is this going to be worth it for us to try to chase this kid? Not only are we not in his top 10, he told us as recently as, I don't know, every single week we've ever talked to him, that he has no interest in us. So it's kind of tough to overcome that, especially when we're working with no interest right here. This feels like a round 2 guy. This feels like someone where, you know, we go to his home visit maybe next week after we've already tried to target some of our top guys. So let's see. Who else can we try to focus on that's actually going to be worth our time, that maybe is interested in us? We obviously have Cervantes. As you saw, we're number 2 on his list. And I don't think I need to know much more to know that this is somebody that I want to pursue. So we do need to learn what it is that we should be pitching this kid. And that is a little bit concerning, because if he does not want to talk to us long enough on the phone, this visit could go poorly. And it's going to cost us $2,300 to visit him. So let's see what we can get from him right now. All right. So he's a small forward. We know that we're going to have playing time for him. I think that is the first thing we try to get out of him. That's not good. That is really bad news. He did not want to talk, and we do not know what to talk to him about. I don't think we should talk to him about facilities, considering that our facilities are not among the best in the country, in our country at least. So I don't think that that's what we can focus on, but we don't really know anything else that he prioritizes, and we don't just want to, you know, take a shot in the dark here. So let's see. I mean, we could try again, right? Let's shoot him another text. He said no there. He cut off the conversation. Can we get him to talk a little bit more this time? I need to know about playing time. Yes, okay. Playing time is one of the things he's considering. Well, this is a bummer because we suck at everything else. Education is not great. Team prestige is not great. Coach discipline, I think, is low. We already know playing time. Location is obviously not really going to be great there. And conference prestige, also not great. I mean, I'm almost just kind of curious about his family. Yeah, I mean, nothing really there. So let's go back here. Let's see. Yeah, he doesn't want to talk about discipline. That's not great. Playing time is just going to have to be what we do. So let's do it, right? Let's do that. Let's get it out of the way. We know that we're going to be visiting this kid, and we know that we're going to talk about playing time. So let's just go ahead and lock that in right there. All right. So we have one down. We're visiting the Spanish Wonder, and we're going to let him know all of the playing time he's going to get by coming and playing in Hawaii. So that's good. Now let's check out some of these other top guys. You know, sometimes you don't really want to waste a home visit on somebody that you don't think you're going to have a shot at. Obviously, if you think you have no shot, you know, don't do it. But, you know, you don't want to waste it on somebody where you think, the chances are kind of low. But I'm not really liking the board here. So I'm not terribly worried about losing some of these guys because, look, I got to be honest, I'm not inspired by any of them. Or at least not any of the guys that I think we have a shot at. You know, let's look. I think we're just, sorting by all regions here. So this should be every guy on our list. And, you know, we got a warm from Sean Stewart. I don't think anything special there. He scored 10 points a game in high school. I mean, he was good on defense, but not according to our scouts. So I'm not terribly inspired by him. You come down to Sean Kent. I mean, we don't need a power forward. I don't know how many more times I can say that. We do not need one. He's warm on us and no one else. In-state kid. We could probably afford to take a week to recruit that guy if we even want him, and I'm not sure we do. Anthony Christian, another kid. We're number 1 on his list. He's warm on us, but, kind of lukewarm on everything he can do. So, I think maybe we take our shots here. Yeah, Wade Russell. I'm not seeing any player that I'm going to regret, missing out on because we swung too big. So, let's take a look at Drazen Jurcevic, right? The defense is a major concern, as is the fact that he has never stolen anything in his life. Good for morals, bad for basketball. And it's not as though he's going to really be helping in these kind of small, intangible ways, right? He's not going to get, a key block to help us. He's not going to ever steal, which is really not good in a 1-3-1. I'm interested in him to some extent, but especially because he's such a prolific passer. I mean, 13 assists a game is among the highest numbers I've ever seen in this game. So he's an absolutely, he's a wizard with the ball. But is that enough to justify all of his shortcomings elsewhere? I don't know. I'm not really sure it is. So I think we might have a chance to wait on Drazen. I don't obviously know. He could be hot on a lot of schools, but these international guys tend to stick around for a bit. So let's see, too, on this guy, right? 4.5 steals is just ridiculous. He tells us he has very little interest in coming to our school. But can we flip that? No. Okay. So we might have to accept that, maybe come back around on him at some point later. Matt Taylor, we never made his list. And he's not interested in us. He's really interested in prestige and conference prestige. Playing time is something that we would be able to pitch him. But I just don't think that we're going to be able to get close. We're not going to be able to compete with all the other big schools trying to recruit him. So, what about Jason Collier? He's been around for a while on our list. He says that we're wasting his time calling. That's obviously not what you want to hear 1 week before you're trying to get an invite into his living room. But I really, really like his profile. I think he fits our team perfectly. He's good on defense, good shooter, great scorer, great passer. Don't need him to be an elite ball handler. But again, can we compete with all these hots that he's got on his list? I'm not sure that we can. Same thing with Bob Young. Decent prospect here. He's somebody that could be interesting to go for. But we're not hot on his list. We're not even warm. We are cool, which is good. So, at that point, you almost just want to go with the in-state kid. And I think he's made his feelings very clear about us. But, part of me is tempted to try. Because I know we're going to nail it. 100% on location. We're the only ones that can offer that. And my coach has a really good recruiting rating. That might be the play. You see KAREEM E, we've been chasing him from the very beginning. He is completely disgusted with our school every time we try to reach out. I'm not super inspired by the fact that he does have so much red and so much just kind of middling orange in his profile. So he might not be the one, but man, we really need a shooting guard. So Lawson might be a target here. And then, anyone else? We have this sorted by ranking here. Let's sort by overall from what we've seen from these guys and just kind of get it to our top targets. Bob Young, we already looked at him. Victor Jones, I'm not seeing any players who actually have any real interest in our school. I don't think we're in the top 10 for anybody. So it's not as though there's a right answer here because none of them really want to play with us. Jason Rivera does a little bit, but he's a JUCO with a low GPA. He's already hot on some kind of random schools. He's not athletic, which is not good for his own. So I don't know if Rivera's the guy either. MUELLER I love. I've loved him since the beginning. He's out of Hawaii. He's told us that he doesn't want to play with us, and he's also unathletic, but he's a target for me. And then, Jeff Jamison's not interested. I'm interested in him, but he's not interested in us. Jepson, you see that there? We're on his top 10, but he's a power forward. We just don't need a power forward. We just really do not. We need good defenders who are good passers and can play in the backcourt. That's what we need more than anything. And maybe Sherman Williams is the answer for that. But by the time you get to that point, you know, I might as well just go with Sean Stewart here. So here's what I think we'll do. I think Sean Stewart... No, he's just so bad defensively. Let's just do it. Let's just go big game hunting. And then we'll come back around on some of these warms. But we got to keep our in-state kids in-state, right? What did I say at the beginning of this entire series? We're building a fence around Hawaii. And nobody leaves unless we let them leave. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to go to Marcus Lawson. And we're going to let him know that as important as location is to him, it's just as important to us. We are keeping our in-state talent in-state. Right there. Visit Marcus Lawson. Done. 2 down, 2 to go. All right. Who else do we want to go for here? I say we target in-state because we know that we can get a potential edge there and maybe flip this thing around. Breeze in the chat. Appreciate you joining us, Breeze, every week. Breeze, you're one of the most dedicated people watching these streams every week, so shout out to you. It says, imagine tanking in college and not the NBA. Yeah, look, we're not tanking here, all right? We are trying to win, but, you know, it may not look like it based on our record and based on how much our recruits actually want to play for us. They're treating us like we're tanking here, and that's not exciting. So, you know, Marcus Lawson, if we can get him on board, that would be a major coup. I do think KAREEM E is really interesting. He's an in-state guy. Location is very significant for him. I'm going to watch a little more film on this guy while we're at it. Location is huge for KAREEM, right? And that's where I think that we can maybe swing some of these guys. Same thing with Aaron MUELLER. You know, location, we actually don't know if location's big for him. I'm just going to assume it is, but he won't talk to us. So, you know, I don't even mind just kind of going in there blind and shooting location because most of these guys do value location to some extent unless they're a really high-up recruit. And even if they only like it somewhat, we're going to absolutely kill that pitch. So these are kind of the guys we've been focusing on since the beginning. Marcus Lawson, KAREEM E, Aaron MUELLER. You know, we could throw a line at Jeff Jamison. But, you know, we don't have that built-in pitch that's just really going to hit home with him. You know, if location is really going to be that effective for him, then I'm guessing Oregon's going to have a shot. And playing time, you know, I'm sure Provo has a shot because Provo sucks and Provo doesn't have any good players anywhere. So, you know, I'm not sure if that's the play that we want to do. I think, feel good about Marcus Lawson. I think, you know, we could go for one of these internationals. But I just think that's a lot of money to spend on a whim. Matt Taylor's not going to do it for us. So I think we go for KAREEM E. Let's see. Let's just look at all of our in-state guys. And let's just start there. Yeah. I think it's got to be... got to sort by overall here. I think it's got to be KAREEM E and it's got to be Aaron MUELLER. The top guys in the state, they're essentially the only worthwhile talent in the state that's still on our list. None of them are interested in us, and that is fine because we are going to give them a reason to be interested in us in our pitch, in the home visit. This is where you build your legacy. So, KAREEM, we're coming to town. Location, visit, and we're in. I think we do the same thing with Aaron MUELLER. We need wings. We just toss them all at the 2 and the 3. And then, you know, it doesn't really solve our point guard issue, but, yeah, it doesn't really solve our point guard issue at all. So that's not great. But we can focus on that if we miss out on one of these guys, right? Because I don't think there's any other point guards that are screaming to play for Hawaii. Unless we wanted to take a shot on somebody like Josh Bruce. You come down this list, Josh Bruce is someone that we had our eye on for a bit. I really don't mind his profile here. You know, not the most athletic guy, not great at getting steals, but I really don't mind what I see here in terms of shooting, ball handling. You know, we were really interested in him early on. Our scouts thought that he was, I think an A+ for a minute there, and then they kind of brought it down. So there might be even more room to go down, especially because he was not that great in Vegas. And Aaron Mueller was, right? He was in the top 5. So I think we probably still take a chance on Aaron Mueller. We don't really need a traditional point guard, considering that we do run the Princeton offense. So I think we still focus on Mueller. But Josh Bruce is someone we should keep our eye on in case this all falls through and he's just sticking around looking for a home. So Aaron Mueller, let's just make sure here. Oh, that's right. We don't know about location. We can text him again. Oh, there we go. All right. Location. Doesn't want to talk about it. There it is. Very important to him. Playing time he doesn't want to talk about, that's fine. I don't think we really need him to. I think maybe we just try to initiate a little interest with Marcus Lawson before our week is up. There we go. There we go. Just like that, Marcus Lawson a little more interested than he was before. Answering the phone. Appreciate him for doing that. So here we go. Marcus Lawson, MICHOLAU Cervantes. We've already invited KAREEM. Already done that with KAREEM, and now we're going to go to Aaron Mueller. Now we know location is at least a moderate interest of his, and we're going to capitalize on that. Location, visit. All right, there we go. So we've scheduled all of our visits. We do have 3 host opportunities left, but, I mean, if these guys didn't want to come before, I don't think they're going to come now. Maybe we could try. Just get some of these out here. See if Jason CALLIER has changed his mind after all this time. Matt Taylor. None of these guys are actually going to change their mind. Let's be real about that. Yeah, I don't think that this is going to happen. So that's fine. We can just leave that there. Maybe we invite somebody like Drazen Jurcevic, but that's going to cost us $2,300 just to have him check out our campus and tell us that he wasn't really that interested in our facilities. So probably not going to be worth doing that. So we've already used all of our time. We've already scheduled all of our visits. We're not going to do any hosts. And by this point, I don't really need that much more film. Maybe a little bit more film on the international guys just because they are late to the party. But we know who these players are at this point, except for Josh Bruce. Like to learn a little bit more about him. And then the last thing to do is let's start handing out those scholarships, right? I feel really good about giving one to MICHOLAU Cervantes. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I think Marcus Lawson should know that we are ready to offer him a scholarship at the table right there. And I think we do the same thing with these 2 guys as well. There's a little opportunity cost not being able to chase Jurcevic, who I really do find to be super interesting. But his defense is just so bad. I'm not sure if I can justify it as anything more than like a 6th man. And I don't really think that's what I should be trying to shoot for in this first round of recruiting. So there's no other point guards that are screaming our name, and that's really our only other big need. Maybe Bob Young, but I'm not really holding out hope for him. So I think we just solve our wing issue. Anybody who's been following along knows just how bad that is. We have Rashad there, but we have 2 seniors here, a senior and a freshman here. We are just not going to have any wings. Point guard, we at least have some guys that hopefully can develop. So I think we just offer the scholarship to all these wings, and we let it rip. So KAREEM, welcome to the team. Welcome to the team, Aaron Mueller. All right, 4 scholarships out, 4 visits planned. We've watched all the film we want. I think this is it. Where's the drum roll? I wish we had a hired drum man here to get a little theatrics, but I think we're ready to sim. And this is going to change everything. So let's see. Let's see how it goes. I'm going to go to the dashboard to get a little more drama here. So, dashboard. Actually, I'm going to go to roster because I think it might spoil it right here. Okay. Advanced recruiting. Oh, man. This is so tense. Okay, I hope we have a few emails. Please. Okay, we have 6 emails. That means that some stuff has happened. Only 1 guy has decided. Wow, and it's KAREEM E. Did he come? Did he decide that Hawaii is his home? Oh, all right. We lost 1 guy. How'd the visit go? All right, didn't go well, so could have seen that coming. Marcus Lawson, same thing. Aaron Mueller was interested. Okay. But Marcus Lawson and KAREEM, they're off the list. And how did it go with MICHOLAU Cervantes? Please, oh please, oh please. Oh, $2,200? Just down the drain. Man, that hurts. Okay. All right. Time to talk to our athletic director. Time to make a schedule and then hit the road again for round 2 of recruiting. So, all right, to finalize your schedule, click advance in the top left. So, I'm just going to go to recruiting before we do that, actually. We'll do this in order here. So, Matt Taylor, off the board. Went to Kentucky. Could have seen that coming. Robinson Anthony, kind of feel like those are probably be reversed there. Anthony Robinson. He's off the board. So, not a lot of people committing right away. That's pretty interesting. Didn't lose many people. We did lose KAREEM, but other than that, Bill Dozer says losing out to USC is reasonable. Only one good in-home visit is tough, though. Yeah, man, I really thought we were going to do better than that in the home visit phase. Also, shout out to Bill. Same thing about you with Breeze. You guys are absolute loyalists. Appreciate you too. All right, so you look at the board here. Same number of warms as before. And we know Marcus Lawson is just not that into you. He just does not want to play for us. So I think we're going to have to revoke the scholarship, which is really going to anger him. But look, we've angered him enough. And drop him off the call list. I'm not going to drop him off the watch list just yet. You never know. But that's really a bummer. Here's what we did get, though. Aaron Mueller seems somewhat interested. Now, he hasn't changed his list, but I don't think this would update right away. He did seem interested. Let's go ahead and read his exact words, just so that I'm not misinterpreting his intentions. He said, I wanted to let you know that it was cool of you to come meet me and my family. I'll be in touch. All right, well, I'll admit, if I got that from, if I got that text or email from somebody I went on a first date with, I can't say that I would necessarily expect a second date. But, there's a shot, right? There's at least a shot. I think if we go back there and we do another home visit, I do think maybe we could turn Aaron Mueller. But I don't know. It's risky. So let's look at Drazen here. Oh, Drazen might be someone that we have to take a shot on. Someone to salvage our class, right? He's not going to be a defensive stalwart by any means. By really any means at all. But man, that 13 assists, that would really help set up a roster that is shaping up to be a little light on talent. So maybe he is somebody that we focus on. Now that we kind of struck out on our top guys, I really am bummed about this one. And we're off the list. All right, we were number 2, and now we're off the list. So I think we're just going to have to take off Cervantes. It was fun while it lasted. MARIAN JOCHEM is really interesting. He's not athletic, but he is excellent at getting steals. So I think we try to initiate a little bit with him. I'm just going to kind of spam this here. I'm just going to text him as much as he is willing to let me, which is probably not going to work. Oh, there we go. All right. Playing time. It's only one thing he's considering. What about... nothing else here is good for us. Bill says Jurcevic could work as long as you can find a defensive point guard to back up Jurcevic. Yeah, I agree. I mean, you could even reverse that, right? You could have Jurcevic as, kind of the super sub, coming in when we take out our main scorers, and he leads the second unit. Obviously, a really good passer, really capable scorer. So I would like that. But man, I hate having a defensive liability in a zone because he essentially just becomes the one part, that you attack. I guess man-to-man, that'd be more the case. But top of that 1-3-1 zone, you really need a bulldog at the point guard. Man, that's a compromise that we might just have to take because the talent available is not great. So let's see, though. Let's see if MARIAN JOCHEM feels any differently. So playing time, something he's considering. I don't really know if he should consider anything else because it's not going to line up with our school. Maybe we try discipline. Yeah, he doesn't even want to talk about it. I don't either, MARIAN. I don't blame you. So, okay. I don't think we've really gotten anywhere with him. But, well, we're cool on him now, so, or we're cool in his mind. Are we on the list? No, but, yeah, Bill says a weak defensive point guard will create a lot of open three-pointers. It really will. Right at the top of that zone, which is kind of the whole point, you know, is to pressure the top of the zone and keep them from shooting threes right there. So, man, this is tough. Let's see. What's the deal with Jason Collier? Oh, they're all hot. Yeah, we got to get off the Jason Collier train. I don't think we're going to make it here. Oregon is falling down the list, which is pretty interesting. But I don't think that's going to be a worthwhile pursuit. Bob Young, you know, everybody's still hot on him. Ben Smiley. Ben Smiley's maybe for the taking, but we just don't have enough cachet built up with this guy. So I don't know if that's really going to be a worthwhile option for us. Jason Rivera out of Alaska. We are on his list. But he's just so unathletic. And he can't really get steals. Can't really do anything that we want from these guys. So Archie Smith is someone that I was interested in from the very beginning. He's kind of dropped on this whole New Mexico State thing. He seemed pretty big on those two for a while. I might take a shot on him. Because he was a top 10 player in Vegas. And I just think that there's some moldable clay here. We're going to have to pitch playing time. But I think that that's maybe a guy that we could focus on. Him or Jeff Jamison. Jeff Jamison I'm really interested in as well. But he was worse at camp. He's got a lot of teams that are hot on him. So I think Archie Smith is maybe somebody that we could focus on. And then Aaron Mueller. I think we do it. I think we come back on him. Doing a little Josh Bruce update just to see anything has changed with him. It has not. He's still there for us. Josh Bruce. All reliable. Primarily a three-point shooter. You know, he has some zone knowledge, but not the right zone. Maybe we come back to Josh Bruce, because I do find his profile to be a little bit interesting. But if we can snag one of these other point guards, I think we would be in decent shape. And I don't think we have to worry about much going on here. So I think I'll regret it if I don't take a shot on Jurcevic here. It's going to cost a lot of money, but we do have some money to burn. So Jurcevic is big on playing time. Hey, look, we're going to be able to provide that for you. So let's go playing time right here. Let's make plans to have us visit him in Croatia. There we go. Let's go ahead and offer this kid a scholarship. Okay, we have one out to Jurcevic. That is good to know. Our other scholarships. In fact, I think we might actually have some scholarships out to some kids that are not on the list. So, watch list only. Marcus Lawson, we took that away. Aaron Mueller, we have one out. And then I think we're going to have to go back to Cervantes, revoke that scholarship. And then where's KAREEM? Yeah. Oh, I think we're solid. So how many scholarships do we have? We have two because we have two extended, right? We have one to Jurcevic, and we have one out to Mueller. All right, that's good. So Jurcevic, we have the visit planned. Mueller, we're going to keep that scholarship there. We're going to visit him again. And I think we focus on location again. I mean, maybe we see if he's big on playing time. Man, he just really is not in a chatty mood. Let's see. Do we need to know anything else about any of these guys? No, we don't need to know about Archie Smith. Jeff Jamison, I think it's a little too late to hop into that party, I think. Even though he's probably better. He's certainly a better scorer. But, man, he kind of looks like a better player, doesn't he? But I don't know if it's going to work with him. You know, unless he's big on playing time. No, he's not. I think we get out of there. And I think Jason Collier, yeah, it's man, some of these guys you go back to because you want them, but don't think it's going to work. You know, Rivera is another one. I'm not in love with the profile here. So I think we do it. I think we do one of these point guards, and I think it's Archie Smith. I feel like we have a shot to get him. And, you know, it's not going to be a wasted visit. And I do like his profile enough, and I like how he performed at camp. And we need a guy who's going to be good right away. So I think with Archie, You know, we could focus on location or we could focus on playing time. We are technically in his region, and playing time's not maybe super obvious in his perspective because he does see that we have some young guys on the team. So I think we pitch location. Bit of a risk, but I have had success pitching location to out-of-state guys. So I think we take a shot there. And I don't know if we offer him a scholarship yet, but I don't know who else it would be if we didn't. So probably just take a shot there. I'll hold off for a second, but I think we do that. All right, and then let's just get a little more information about Mueller if we can. He's not going to. He's not going to give it to us. All right. Well, that's a bummer. Not only is he not going to give it to us, but he just refuses to even be interested. So makes me think this visit's not going to go super well. But all right, we're going to do location again. Seemed to work okay last time. He's already got a scholarship out. Archie Smith has a scholarship out as well, or he will in a minute. And then Yurcevic. And we need to find one more guy who we think is worth the visit. Could it be an in-state kid? Is it going to be someone like Shawn Stewart? We've been talking about how we need wings. We don't really want to strike out here. We did isolate him as maybe a round 2 recruit guy. This is the profile now on Josh Bruce after we did another round of film on him last week. It's okay. It's not really too exciting. It's just okay. And then, you know, let's just do a scan here on Anthony Christian. Anthony Christian's not too bad, actually. Anthony Christian's not too bad. I could see him maybe panning out. I mean, 16 points a game is not too bad for a 1-star kid. He's a lot better in the regional rankings than he is in the overall ones. I don't mind Anthony Christian. That might be the play here. It's either going to be him or Shawn Stewart, I think. And Shawn Stewart's just so bad on defense, at least according to our scouts. And he can't score. That's not just according to the scouts. I think maybe we take a beat on Shawn Stewart. You know, we try to go for our point guards here. We have Mueller at small forward. And Anthony Christian. I really think that's a dude we could land. And that would be nice to just have a win. So let's visit him. Let's talk about location. We know that's going to resonate. And let's offer him a scholarship. Don't think we need any more film except for on the internationals, just because it's nice to know a little bit more about those guys. Not going to host anybody else. Nobody's going to take the visit. I'm just going to ask Collier one more time, just for old time's sake. Yeah, he's not going to come visit. So I think that's it. I think we got our visits scheduled. We've talked to everybody. We have our scholarships out. So now let's do a little scheduling, and then let's see if we can be more successful in this second round. So, all right. Not a lot of... I feel like there's normally more non-conference games. Maybe not. So, man, we're going to play at the Cincinnati Jesuit Riflemen. Goodness gracious. Okay. They're ranked 14th. That's certainly going to be a test. At the Cal Los Angeles Bears. I do like that. That's fun. Could be fun to play at Alabama, though. They're you know, similar prestige, but not going to be quite as good of a team this year. Let's see. Nice. We got a game with Provo scheduled. Arizona State. I really don't mind this schedule. If we can get one good team to come visit us, that'd be kind of fun. But I don't think we're going to get it. So maybe we just pad our schedule with some wins early on. I don't think starting at New Mexico is going to be super smart, just because I do think we should try to get a win here. So let's see. Do we play the Bronx Sheep? Yeah, let's have them fly all the way out. Oh, we're flying all the way out to there? All right. Change of plans. We got to be a lot closer here. What's the closest game we can get? We're already flying across the Pacific, so I don't really want to have to be too jet-lagged for this game. Let's see. The Portland Flyers. That sounds good to me. All right. Playing the Portland Flyers. We'll have Charleston Southern come in and visit. And then who's the best team we can get? We got the Alabama Birmingham Dragons. And that's probably as good as we're going to do. You know, unless we want to bring in Murray State. Obviously, they've had some pros coming in and out of there. Yeah, let's do that. Let's have Murray State come in. And then heading out to New Brunswick. That works for me. I don't think there's really any matchups that we want to set ourselves up for too much failure here. So that works. That's a good schedule to me. And let's go ahead and advance. Let's take a shot here. Oh, man. What if we got Drazen? What if we did it? I'll change my tune on Drazen. Look, I don't need him to play defense. All right, let's go right to the emails so we don't get anything spoiled. Nope, little spoiler. All right. I didn't see it, though, so not a spoiler for me. Okay, Archie Smith. Did we get him? I don't think we did. Oh, Long Beach State? Man, that feels personal. That feels really personal. Okay, Anthony Christian. His parents were none too impressed? Are you serious? Wow. That is a shot. Wow, I am really surprised by that. I guess his parents wanted us to talk about academics. I mean, I guess it makes sense. It's not our strong suit. Aaron Mueller, oh, he's out. Wait a second, what? Archie Smith, you'll definitely be hearing from me soon. Hope to be on the court with you next season. And he's going to Long Beach State. What is the deal with this kid? Oh, we finished number 2. Oh my gosh, that's devastating. That's the worst feeling ever when you've targeted a prospect for months and months and you're just trying to figure out the right time to strike and you finally strike and you finish number 2 on the list. That is awful. Man, that hurts. All right, drop him off the call list. Keeping him on the watch list just for pain, but oh man, and then Drazen, what's he think? Okay, Drazen's interested. Drazen is definitely interested. That is good enough for me. Okay, so we have a little hope, but Anthony Christian, we got to drop him off. I think drop him off the call list. Maybe even the watch list if the home visit went that poorly. He's still number 3, so maybe we'll keep him there, but that's not going to go anywhere. And then, Aaron Mueller, also no longer interested. Maybe even drop him off of both because he's made it very clear. I mean, we've already spent 2 home visits on him. He's not going anywhere. And just like that, we're running out of options. So, MARIAN JOCHEM is playing for Oregon. Jason Collier's out of here. Ben Smiley's out of here. Jeff Jamison. Oh, Josh Bruce. He's gone too. This might be a big transfer-heavy offseason for us coming up because we are really striking out on these guys. Okay. Well, there we go. There's the board, right? Not the most exciting board in the world at all, by any means. Josh Jefferson, just for good measure, has also decided to commit elsewhere. Okay. So what do we have? Let's sort by overall here and sort by overall grade. Drazen Jurcevic. We know that this is our number 1 target at this point. Already has a scholarship. We got another $2,100 to kill. Not location, excuse me. That would have been devastating. That would have been really bad. Okay, playing time. I think that's still what we pitch with Drazen. So, Drazen, playing time, visit. Done. Locked in. Okay. Next option. Bob Young is hot on a lot of guys. That's going to be a tough victory for us to try to pull there. Jason Rivera is one that we keep coming back to. We're on his list. I am none too impressed with his defensive acumen, just in terms of his athleticism, but his overall defense is not too bad. And he's a good shooter. So maybe he's somebody that we could try to snag. He doesn't really want to talk to us. That's not great. Keep Rivera in mind. Rivera is somebody that maybe would be worth our while. Victor Jones and me, let's see. I don't think, we haven't really had any contact with this kid since the beginning. So we can see playing time. He doesn't want to talk about it. No one likes to talk about playing time these days, huh? I don't know if it's taboo or whatever. Marco STONEKING. So this hasn't really developed much, I've noticed. Kind of curious. He's high on the magazine rankings. His defense is atrocious, but he is athletic, which works for me in a zone. Good shooter. I think he's a better scorer than our scouts think. And if he just decides to talk about playing time, man, nobody in the world wants to talk about playing time. And then we're back to Sean Stewart. You know, I'm seeing this D on defense, but he does have a 3.2 average in terms of steals per game. So this might be somebody that we try to target as sort of a fallback option here, because we are at the fallback stage of recruiting, and that is for sure. So, yeah. Who else was it from our visits that we want to focus on? It was just, you know, Mueller's kind of toying with us. Christian wasn't impressed. Archie Smith left us. It's just Jurcevic. So we're going back to the fridge a second, third, and fourth time to try to find these guys. We do need a point guard, which makes me almost want to lean into the Bob Young mania, but I just think we're going to end up regretting that because we're not going to get him. I don't think we're going to get him. I don't think it's going to be a successful recruitment. So we got to focus on some of these other guys. I think we take Sean Stewart. I think we just deal with it. We know he likes location. I think we can seal the deal there. Location, visit recruit, offer a scholarship. Not proud of it, but, you know, desperate times, right? Sherman Williams is someone who's interesting, but we're not on his list. He continues to tell us how much he hates us. And, you know, he's got a good profile, but we've tried. We've tried time and time again. He just wants nothing to do with us. Maybe he'll come visit campus or something. Yeah, there you go. Come on, Sherman Williams. Come visit campus. The last second. Marco STONEKING I still find very interesting. Top 5 guy at Vegas. His defense is bad, but his scoring is really good, and I like his steal numbers. So I'm gonna try to seal the deal here with this guy. It's a risk, but, you know, what do we have to lose? Because transfers are probably better at this point. What's up, Ultre? How is it going? Not great. Not getting a lot of guys who actually want to play for our school or want to even talk to us. Okay, playing time's not a concern. Location is very important to him. Okay. So, Marco STONEKING, we can maybe play on the location a little bit. We're in his region. That might be something worth doing. And then we just take a flyer on just, you know, one other guy, right? That's probably what we got to do. Can we take Dyer and convert him into, you know, a usable piece? I don't know, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Not super inspired by Dyer, and he's kind of short and a little chunky, but Sean Kent, same deal. You know, Sean Kent's a pretty good player, all told. I mean, he can score inside. He's a great defender. I think Sean Kent might be somebody that, you know, we just got to bite the bullet. We don't need any more bigs, but if we can convert a big or something, because we're not really hitting home runs on anyone else. So, yeah, I don't think that's it. Oh, we gotta free up some of our scholarships here. So we gotta find where are they at. It's not Lawson. It's Archie Smith. No, it's not that one. Aaron Mueller. There we go. Revoke the scholarship from him. Okay. So we offered to Jurcevic. We offered to Stewart. I think we offered to Sherman Williams. Well, no, not Sherman Williams. Excuse me. We have the host there. I think we offer either to STONEKING or to Kent, or maybe both. I think so. Where do I see? Here we go. Recruits offered. So we have Jurcevic. We have Stewart. Anthony Christian. Let's revoke yours. There we go. Go back to the call list. And it's going to be, you know, STONEKING is somebody that I think is going to come around and potentially be a star. I do like that star potential with him. And if he says no, he says no, because none of these other guys are good. So let's do it. Let's go location on STONEKING. Let's visit Let's offer him a scholarship. And then, you know, there's really nobody else on this list. So it's either going to be Dyer or Kent. And from what I can tell, I think Kent is probably the guy that I'd rather have. You know, he's less athletic, unfortunately. But I think I like his profile with that defense. So let's see what he thinks about location. Very important to him. Awesome. And get a little bit more info about his parents, because that really messed us up on another recruit. All right, they don't have much of a preference. So I think we hit home on location. Playing time's not going to be the way to win Shawn Kent because we don't have any playing time for him. And we visit, and we offer a scholarship. We'll get him. He'll be our first one. So we've offered all of our scholarships. Don't need to watch any more film. All of our visits are out. And here we go. Here we go. I think, is this the last round of contact? Might be. At least it's the last round to get somebody that you actually want. Oh, man. Forgot to make this spoiler free, so we'll just go right to the email as fast as we can. There we go. All right. Man, none of them made a decision. Okay, Shawn Kent, that sounds really good. That sounds like somebody who wants to play for Hawaii. Same thing with Marco STONEKING, but Sean Stewart. Interesting. Nothing personal. Well, kind of feels personal. That's fine. I didn't even want you anyway. So, get off the call list. No scholarship for you. And then the big one, the big guy, Drazen Jurcevic. We said some things that really hit home. It's the same thing he said last time. And Sherman Williams did not like our visit. Okay. Well, oh wow, he really did not like our visit. Completely dropped off the board. Okay, yeah, let's just take him off of this whole thing because that's not going to work with him. Okay, well there you have it. So practice is about to begin. There's a lot that we're going to want to do before we start running practice. We'll have to, set our initial schemes, and our practice time to make sure that we're getting guys allocated the right way. So that'll be a good place to stop, tease that next episode. We'll set our initial practice plans, maybe set our rotation and our lineup, and we'll finish up the recruiting period, which has been certainly dramatic. I wouldn't say that it's necessarily been the most fulfilling, but we got a shot on some of these guys. Drazen Jurcevic, we're warm on him. We just need to keep hounding this guy. It is still the contact period, so I think how many more of those do we have? So right now it's October 2nd. Yeah, we just got the one more. So next week we'll do that final round of home visits. We'll set our rotation. We'll get ready for the season to actually start. Maybe do a little bit of season previewing and kind of seeing what the rest of the conference looks like, what our team's going to look like, and all that sort of thing. So I appreciate you guys joining us as always. Two things before we go. If you're a veteran here watching on these streams or YouTube, you know what these are going to be. The first thing, subscribe to our Twitch channel. If you have not already, definitely recommend doing so. It helps out me. It helps out the dev team. So definitely consider using your subscription on us. If you have Amazon Prime, you get a free subscription just by linking it with your Twitch account. So pretty nifty thing they're doing there. Maybe you could do a nifty thing for us. I've been giving out offers. None of them have been landing with you guys. Haven't had too many people taking me up on the flights to Hawaii. So I'm switching it up this time. If you subscribe on Twitch, and don't just hear me and go, okay, I know what you're saying. No, really hear me out here. If you subscribe on Twitch, I will find you a timeshare in Hawaii. I've heard those are all the rage. I can't recommend, I'm not a financial advisor, I can't recommend a timeshare per se, that you get one. But if you want one, I will find one for you. So keep that in mind. The second thing, don't forget to post tomorrow about your teams and careers with hashtag Franchise Friday all across social media on Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, Discord, Slack, our original forums on WolverineStudios.com. Let us know what's going on in your careers. We love seeing what's going on with your coaching careers, with your Sims. I know, Bill, you've had your Wizards Dynasty that you've been running. That's your team's name, not official about the game. But Your self-named Wizards team has been doing pretty good. Love to see the updates on that. I know some of you have some cool college associations going on. So tomorrow, hashtag Franchise Friday. Let us know what's been going on in your Sims. And if you have any ideas for anything that you'd like to see from us, or just have any questions, or you just want to chat, you know exactly where to find me on Twitch and Twitter at CJacksonCowart, on our Discord server, or anywhere on the Wolverine Studios forums. I appreciate